Tier lists are getting a bit repetitive, so I changed every single rule. Last episode, I made a wheel with 100 random games from any genre, and whatever it lands on, I have to rank. The wheel has now leveled up with 15 more games suggested by you. Now, not only is the game random, the category is random as well. From scariest, funnest, to most repetitive. So you and me will never know what's gonna happen next. And to make everything even more chaotic, I have made the Mayhem Meter. I will be using this to measure how much I personally love the game. If you want to be a part of episode 3, comment down below your favorite game and you might be a part of the next wheel spin. Now, let's get straight into it. Let's find the next game and category. Welcome to the wheel. We have 115 games here, so let's find out what the first game is going to be. Starfield. Okay, interesting game. Now, let's find the category we're going to be ranking these games. We will switch up the category in a bit, but we're going to try most realistic or difficulty? Most difficult game. I was so excited to play Starfield for the first time and I was pretty disappointed. We were promised a very good story, but it was kind of average at best. Likeable characters, I didn't really care for most of the characters, and the game just feels so empty. It's come out with a lot of new updates now, so it is getting better, but I have no interest in going back to this game. So this game scales all the way up from very easy to very hard, and when you play in that difficulty setting, it just gets ridiculous, okay? The enemies can soak up so much damage in this game. So I think it's safe to say Starfield can get hard if you make it hard, but you can also make it very easy, so it deserves to go to the very hard. Now, what's the second game going to be? Let's hope it's actually good. Is it going to be Peak? Oh my god, we have Peak. Okay. If you haven't heard about this game, it comes from a small indie team, and let me tell you, this game is very fun. And this game definitely deserves a name. It is Peak. I really do enjoy it. It's so fun with friends. But when we talk about difficulty, this game is actually pretty difficult. But when you start off in this game is just a death show for the first couple hours. I'll give it the hard tier because it actually is very hard once you get to the later mountains. What's it gonna land on? It can't get Starfield again. Vintage Story. Okay. A lot of you guys have been asking for this one. Vintage Story. If you haven't heard of it before, it's basically just like Minecraft, just a lot harder. If you're gonna play this game, be ready to die because holy shit, when you start off in this game, it is not easy in the slightest. So it definitely deserves to go up to the very hard. And in fact, it's gonna go in front of Starfield. It's definitely harder than Starfield. So we have 3 games on the list so far. So let's find the 4th game. We have got Cuphead or Batman. Cuphead. Okay, interesting. This tier list is crazy so far. We have got one of the hardest games I have personally played. Cuphead is literally the definition of a hard game. The whole premise of this game is just struggling against bosses. So I literally couldn't pick a more perfect game for this tier list because it is definitely not going down to the very easy tier. This game is absolutely ridiculous. It deserves to go past Starfield, past Vintage Story, all the way up to impossible. Get out of my face, Cuphead. Let's go to the next game. What's the next game going to be? It looks like it's going to be Deep Rock Galactic. I don't think this game's that difficult. If you don't know about this game, you go down into a cave and you're dwarves and you have to mine as many resources as possible while everything comes out to attack you. There's definitely some moments in this game where you're like, oh my god, how am I going to survive this? But honestly, your characters are very strong, and if you know how to use your abilities well, it's kind of hard to die in this game, so it's around average difficulty. We're going on to the 6th game now, so we're going to do one more game after this, but what is this one going to be? I'm on observation duty? Okay, you guys probably haven't heard of this game before, but this game is very scary. So basically what you have to do is you have to observe either a house or a hotel or something like that, but you have to be on the lookout for weird things happening in the house. So you can see like a massive creature just come out of nowhere and try to break into your house. In this game you have to memorize everything in every room, okay? So you need to remember as much as you possibly can. But when we talk about difficulty, surprisingly this game is actually very hard. I'm gonna put it in front of Starfield. Now let's do one more game for this category, and then we're gonna find the next category. What is it gonna be? Rimworld? A lot of you guys have been asking for this. This was one of the most commented games on my last video. So Rimworld, let's see what you're all about. Now this game is very unique. So this game is basically like a survival game mixed with a simulation, and you have to colonize a whole world. So as you can imagine, me just saying that, this game won't be the easiest, but you can pick different difficulties, and most people play on the average default difficulty because it seems like the most fair and most reasonable difficulty. But if you want to torture yourself, you can play on the hardest ones, and starting off in your colony is not the easiest of tasks to do because holy shit, this game gets hard later on. But it's definitely going to go into the very hard tier right beside Starfield. But before we find the next category to rank these games, let's talk about the Mayhem Meter. Now let's go from top to bottom. So at the very top we have Impossible, Cuphead. On my Mayhem Meter, how much I personally love this game, I'd have to say this game is very, very good, but it can get very annoying and you want to break your controller so many times. But this game overall is an absolute masterpiece and I just can't knock it because of the difficulty. So when we look at the Mayhem Meter, I'll give Cuphead a 92%. Now up first in the very hard tier we have Vintage Story, and this game is one of my favorite games ever after playing it. It's so fun. I cannot believe how fun this game is. I love difficulty in a game. So I'm going to give this game 94% on the Mayhem Meter. I'm on observation duty. A very solid game, but it can get very, very boring because you can play a game for about 30-40 minutes and like literally barely nothing happening. I'd probably give this game 80% on the Mayhem Meter. Starfield, I was so disappointed with this game. I really was looking forward to this. I literally wanted to buy an Xbox just to play this game. It is just so dull and depressing. So this game, I'll give you like 74% on the Mayhem Meter. Rimworld, now this game is amazing. A lot of you guys wanted me to play it, so I did, and oh my god, this game is so fun once you get into it. There's just a lot of information you're gonna have to process when you start this game. So when you look at the Mayhem Meter, it's safe to say it's gonna get a 95%. Now in the hard tier, peak. This game is peak, like I said. It's very fun. The only bad thing about it is that once you beat all the mountains, it can get a little bit repetitive. So it's one of those fun party games that when you're playing it, you're laughing your ass off. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, let's play peak for the entire day. But it probably deserves an 80% on the Mayhem Meter at most. In the average tier, we have Deep Rock Galactic, and honestly, Deep Rock Galactic is fun, but overall, I'd say this game is honestly pretty average. 70% on the Mayhem Meter. Now let's find a second category for the video. Keep up, this one's gonna be fast. Most addicting? It's landed on most addicting. You know the drill, we're gonna spin this wheel with 115 games and we're gonna find out what is gonna make it in. Outer Wilds. Okay, great start. We're gonna try and do 10 games on this tier list, and we're gonna do this as quick as we can, okay? So let's do a speed run. Outer Wilds. When we talk about addicting, in my opinion, this game is pretty addicting. When I start this game, I have to get as much time in as possible. So on this tier list, I'd say this game is addicting tier. Let's find the next one. Dead Cells? Oh, I love Dead Cells. This is one of my favorite indie games slash roguelike games I've ever played. I literally can't think of any other game that is more addicting. Maybe Balatro, but Dead Cells overall is one of the most addicting games I've ever played. Roguelikes in general are very addicting to play because the whole thing is that you can just keep on playing over and over and over again. I'm gonna put it all the way up there. It's going to can't stop playing. Okay, we're going pretty fast here. So what's the third game gonna be? Trials Fusion. Okay, I don't know if you guys know about this game or play this game as much as I did, but when I was a kid, this was part of my childhood. I love Trials Fusion. It's a simple bike game and it is just so over the top and so ridiculous. This game isn't addicting, okay? It's just not addicting. Simple as that. What do we have here? Terraria? Oh, Terraria. A lot of you guys wanted to see this game. Terraria, one of the best games ever made in my personal opinion. It's a survival game and it is just so over the top and so random. And if you haven't played it before, I would also recommend this game a lot. And when we talk about the Mayhem Meter later on, this is definitely going to get a high ranking. But honestly, once you start in Terraria, you need to explore the world. So for me, Terraria deserves the very addicting tier. God of War 2018, one of the best story games ever made. Questionably, for me, it definitely is. When we talk about it being addicting, I think most story games are. It's hard to withdraw yourself from that story. It's not as addicting as Terraria in my opinion, so I'd put it in front of Outer Wilds in the addicting tier. Ooh, Liza P. One of the best Souls-like out there in my opinion, and this game is peak. If you haven't played it before, another 100% recommend. Liza P is great and the DLC was possibly even better. But overall, I'd say this game is just addicting. Okay, let's keep the wheel spinning. What's the next one gonna be? Project Zomboid or Don't Starve Together? Both of them are amazing. Don't Starve Together is another survival game, and a lot of you guys wanted to see this one as well ranked. And let me tell you, this is one of the hardest survival games out there. I made a whole video about it. I wouldn't say it's not addicting. I'd say this game is kind of addicting. It's around there. It's in the middle. The tier list is actually looking really good so far, so let's see what the next one is going to be. Ghost of Tsushima, still one of the highest rated games ever, and it definitely deserves it. But overall, I'd say Ghost of Tsushima, I'd say lost interest on money messing. Okay, calm down. I'm gonna put it at the top. Subnautica. Okay, so I just recently played Subnautica and it's gonna pop up on the top of the screen here. But Subnautica, honestly guys, it is not that addicting. It is a survival game, but for me it's just scarier than anything, and horror games I do not want to keep on playing. Subnautica deserves to go into the addicting tier. This is the last game of the video, and then we're gonna do the big Mayhem Meter at the end. But let's see what the last game's gonna be. Are we gonna end it off on a big one? Halo Master Chief Collection. Oh wow. Okay guys, we've just ended the video on an absolute absolute bang. If you don't know, Halo Master Chief Collection is one of the best collections in all of gaming history. The older Halo games are peak, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and the Master Chief Collection is the definition of an addicting series, okay? For me, I started off with Halo 1 and I played all the way up in a week. I was so addicted to it, I had to play every single game in that series. So it's obviously gonna go at the very bottom. No, I'm only messing. It's gonna go to the very top. Can't stop playing. It's time for the Mayhem Meter. This is gonna be crazy. There's so many good games here. Halo Master Chief Collection, starting off with an absolute bang, okay guys? It is going to get 100% on the Mayhem Meter, okay? And I don't care what anyone says, it is peak. From the start to the finish, it was my actual childhood. Next up, Dead Cells, another absolutely amazing game, man. I love this game so much. It's gonna get 92%. Ghost of Tsushima, safe to say, no arguing here. It's gonna get 100%, okay? Very addicting tier, Terraria. If we're talking about the Mayhem Meter, guys, this is just ridiculous. This is another favorite game. I'm gonna give it 96% on the Mayhem Meter. God of War 2018, this is just ridiculous. 100% on that as well, of course. Now, Liza P, a little bit more interesting. I did not love this game as much as the other ones. 90%. You can get 90%. Outer Worlds, another peak game. This just does not stop on this tier list. I'll give it a 92% as well. Subnautica, 95%. Still not losing quality, kind of addicting, don't starve together. 95%. Now the last game on the Mayhem Meter for this episode, Trials Fusion, 70% is probably fair. These are the two final tier lists, okay? We have the addicting tier list, this is what it looks like now. And we also have the difficulty tier list here. I think I did well. Let me know down below if you disagree with me at all. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate. Over 99% of you aren't subscribed, so come on guys, let's get that number down. Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget, if you want to get your game in the next video, just comment down below and I'll respond to you, letting you know it is on the wheel now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.